Hi everyone, my name is Emma Yanjiang, and I'm happy to present my research on integrating affective haptics in human-human and human-AI interactions. So I've always been very interested in the emotional side of technology, not just how to make machines more intelligent at performing tasks, but also how to make them more emotional and more human. And my research focuses on touch, which is the most emotional sense in human communication and bonding. Physical contact is the most powerful channel for conveying emotion. So I began by exploring how can we digitize touch by designing effective haptic systems. So let's start by defining some terms used in this research. Affective touch is a kind of slow, gentle touch that conveys emotions of love, trust, and empathy. Touch gestures like patting, stroking, hugging, or kissing are examples of affective touch. And this type of touch activates a special type of skin receptors called CT afferent, which is tuned to sense pleasant, comforting touch sensations. Affective haptics is a multidisciplinary research domain that integrates affective computing, haptic technology, and user experience to design haptic systems capable of sensing and replicating affective touch. These kind of systems capture the meanings behind touch interactions, allowing more natural and emotional communication, whether it's between humans or between humans and machines. So why is touch so important? Research has shown that affective touch is a powerful way for us to build trust and connections in our relationships. It is also a main sensory channel we use to communicate emotions, letting us express feelings like love, anger, or fear through touch alone. So by bringing this kind of communication into the digital world, we can close the gap between human emotional expression and digital interactions, not just in remote human interactions, but also with machines like robots, virtual agents in a more physical and human-like manner. And when I looked at existing systems in affective haptics, I realized that most devices rely on vibration as a main form of touch stimulation. And many of these kind of systems use symbolic touch encoding, translating touch emotions into simple vibration patterns. Even though vibrational patterns is the most common, but also people feel like it is very unnatural and it does not fully replicate the physical touch sensations in real life. Even in these recent haptic systems you see here, this picture on the top here shows a system that uses mini fans to produce air pressure on the user's arms to simulate stroking sensations. Its device on the bottom shows a pair of wearable gloves with airbags and heat used to simulate remote handshaking. So even though these recent devices do not use vibrational haptics, they still generally do not have the precise force control and responsiveness required to replicate the pressure dynamics of affective touch. Many of these devices can only send or receive touch, and they can't do both at the same time. But in real life, this two-way interaction is what makes touch feel most natural and emotional. So in my research, I developed a remote kissing device called Kissenger. It's a device that allows you to exchange pressure of lips during a kiss in real time over the internet. In this system architecture of Kissenger, which is a bilateral haptic system, we've got a user who is interacting with the haptic device, and the device is measuring the pressure of the lips from the user and sending it in a real-time data stream through the mobile phone app. And on the other side, we've got another user who is receiving the touch data from the sender, and the haptic device has an array of linear actuators that is reproducing the pressure dynamics through the up and down movements controlled by a force controller. And this system is a bilateral haptic system, which means that each user is a sender and a receiver at the same time. On the input side of the hardware device, we've got a touch sensing module, which consists of the force sensors that measure the contact force between the user and the device. On the output side, we've got a touch actuation module, which consists of an array of linear actuators, which reproduce the force or the pressure dynamics of the touch interaction through the linear motions controlled by the motor drivers. We've also got a light module, which allows users to change the colors of the light inside the device to match the mood or emotions during the touch interaction. These modules are connected to an Arduino microcontroller with an integrated BLE module, which allows the hardware to connect to a mobile phone through Bluetooth. And here we got the 3D model design of Kissenger. The enclosure of the device is printed in ABS material, and we've got the lid cover, which is covering the whole sensing area. And this cover is printed in a flexible silicone material, which resembles the texture of the skin. And this flexibility also allows the movement of the actuators underneath to be felt by the user during the kiss interaction. Underneath the cover, we've got the array of sensors and the actuators, which reproduce the touch sensations through force dynamics. And at the back, we've got the PCB and all the wiring circuitries all embedded inside the back of the device. The mobile app connects to the haptic device via Bluetooth. It receives sensor data from the device and sends its data over the internet to the partner side. On the receiving side, the app forwards the data to the haptic device, where the linear actuators replicate the original pressure sensations. And this app uses a publish-subscribe model through a real-time streaming cloud service. The benefit of this is that it not only allows one-to-one communication, but also supports one-to-many and many-to-one interactions. You can imagine a famous celebrity who sends a kiss to many of his fans at the same time. We can also have multiple users sending touch to a virtual agent, and this system will be able to process all these interactions simultaneously. So Kissenger has gone through 3 main prototypes. We started off by building a proof of concept, which only had one linear actuator inside, which was controlled manually through a computer. And we've got a second prototype, and lastly, the fully functional prototype, which had the mobile applications and the hardware device with the sensing and actuation capabilities. This is a picture of Kissenger being displayed in a science museum in Dublin back in 2018, I think.